Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from the Big Chubowski. In the second round this week I'm up against Kirjon. Kirjon's from the guild GAC, which has a whole lot of guilds, so not quite sure which one it is, how high up he is. Didn't really bother to figure it out either. He's got an ultimate Ray and running it with, I guess, a team that a lot of people are running in Arena right now, which you don't really expect to see in Grand Arena. So yeah, that's... It's a bit annoying because I don't have that much practice actually against Ultimate Ray with soft counters, only in the first couple weeks when people started getting it. But ever since I don't think I've done almost a single soft counter to Ray, so I'll be using my Kylo in this case here, and hopefully take some time to practice soon against some of these teams. So he's a very, let me take a look here, rather offense heavy opponent. Hasn't had trouble making it to Kyber before. It's got some really solid relics across the board. And yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say. It's a good opponent. The only issue that I have with him is that he does the exact same thing every single time. And what he does is the I have Galactic Legend Ray, so screw you strategy, which is essentially Galactic Legend Ray in the front wall and then a bunch of, let's say, weaker teams around it. So none of his strongest ones, and same thing in the back. I believe it should be Garth and one other team. So nothing particularly strong there, and yeah, that's just kind of what he runs with, which allows him to keep every single team for offense and just hard counter everything that his opponent set on defense. So I don't really like that, and as a result I gave him something fun to work with, and it kind of requires me to attack first as well. So I'm glad he didn't attack just yet. So over here in the front I've got my Padme and Darth Revan, and if he cannot hard counter them then he's going to have a bit of a rough time. And in the back over here I've got General Skywalker sitting there. So normally seen, if I would have set General Skywalker in the front, then he would mirror match that one. He would probably maybe two-shot the Darth Revan team somehow. He would one-shot all the other teams as well, because he even keeps like Grievous for offense and pretty much everything he's got his hands on. So if I would have done that, he would be able to full clear me. But now that my General Skywalker's in the back, and I'm going to take down his array with my Kylo, then I think he's going to be pretty confident that I won't have anything in the back. Then he will use his General Skywalker to take out either Padme or Darth Revan, and then he will fall short in the back and won't clear me. That's the plan that I have right now. So let's just get started against him. Now he's got some interesting challenges for me, a Relic 3 Django. And that's putting me into a bit of a tricky position, because it means I have to burn my Rey Jedi training team here, which is currently, I think if I look at the teams that I have other than the Jedi Knight Revan team, it's currently actually one of the strongest teams that I have, which allows me to take out Padme, Darth Revan and the swords. So just in the event that he did anything different and put his Padme or Darth Revan or General Skywalker in the back, then I wouldn't be able to full clear him. But if he does that, then he won't be able to full clear me either, or he will fall short against another team essentially. So that was sort of calculated into it, and hopefully allows me to pull off the win no matter what happens. So one thing that I do have to do, since I said Grievous what, is fight the Night Sisters without my what? Using my Bounty Hunters. So I'm going to start with that battle first, because if it fails it means that quite a few things are going to change on the board. It's only a Relic 4 Asajj, they're not amazingly modded, it's a Gear 11 Spirit or something like that, so not the biggest threat, but if I get stun locked by the double stuns from Daka, as she often does, then I might have some trouble, so we'll see how this one goes. Okay, that's a very bad start right there. Normally seen she wastes the Dispel no matter what you do, but in this case she went straight for the stun. So I want to get the ability block on Talzin, that also didn't land, so this one's gonna be pretty nasty. Yeah. It's about to hurt a fair bit. Okay. Now, Dengar isn't stunned, that's the most important part, because he can allow me to recover to close to full. Definitely want to do a group attack on Talzin and hopefully follow up with the execute from Boba. So he's got 5 debuffs, that should kill. Okay, we're in a good spot. I might still lose a couple characters here, but I think I'll be able to pull it off now. So always a bit dicey, especially not landing that ability block on Talzin there, and now Daka can definitely still do a lot of damage to me. So I have to be pretty careful here. Not to mention Asajj. And the annoying thing, once Zombie loses all protection, my taunt can be dispelled. So that can give me a lot of trouble as well. And there goes the taunt again, and it's not going to be back anytime soon, so pretty tricky. Alright, let's see. I might be able to take out Spirit. It's a bit of a stretch. I guess the alternative is building up my contract here. I just need to... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the contract. It seems safer. I don't think I'm gonna kill Spirit, and I definitely won't kill Daka here, probably. Although he does have offense up. Let's try. Nice. Okay, that's probably actually a bit of a lifesaver there. So my Django has been stunned for the majority of the fight. Let's get the double turn ability block on Asajj. It's when you're in a rush in this fight, it's really easy to forget that that ability block lasts for 2 turns and to not switch the target. But it's pretty useful. Okay, so that would have killed as well. And now let's see if we can top up the protection banners as well and take it away for a nice 60. I think I'm almost full other than my Cat Bane. And the relics for Asajj are really kicking in every time with the dodges. Dang, that's a really heavy hit. Oof. It's starting to look like I better just finish this before Asajj finishes me. So let's just do that, not focus on the protection banners too much. Okay, I didn't actually get the kills just yet. I totally forgot about that. All of them have been executed so far. So I'm gonna just line it up here for a kill from Boba or Django. This should be the one. There we go. Alright. So no what needed, but it's definitely nicer with him. When I face a Relic Daka, I do tend to really want to bring what, because it gets a little bit dicey. Alright, then against Geos, I should remember to use my Lando and Lobot for that feat. So let's actually go through... No, I'll go through the bottom next, I think. It's gonna make more sense. Right, so against Raid, now the thing that I could do here is, since I kept all of my first order for offense, I could sort of put a team together that allows me to save another first order team to potentially take something out in the back. That would help me a little bit, since pretty much anyone you bring gets whirlwinded out anyway. So I might as well go with something like this, where I bring the Special Forces dude, and maybe my Stormtrooper here, and that allows me to save a pretty nice first order team for the other zone. Sith Trooper's nice for some damage, but again, he just gets picked off. I don't really feel like he adds very much for me here. So let's go with this team and hope that I can build up to the ultimate a lot faster than Rey does. I can't say I've fought this variation of the team too much, but normally seen there shouldn't be any issues. The Relic 7 Watt though, that one's definitely a problem because I just cannot take him down quickly. Well, let's see, definitely want to get a stun on Finn. Wow, that's almost killing him. Can't say I expected that. Right, now I want to do the AoE because it allows me to build up to the... it's this one, just making sure, yep. Allows me to build up to the ultimate a little bit quicker, which is always nice. Take out Finn. Get the group attack in for some more crits. That's Holdo gone. Reduce his turn meter. Oh, I hate this part. I mean, I'm gonna survive even if she does her ultimate, but it's really hard to estimate right here whether I'm going to be taking a turn before Rey still. I know she's slowed down, but the math there, it's so freaking annoying. I'm gonna take the risk here because I think Hux can pass a turn as well. Get a stun in here with Kylo. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, I should use it. think. And I've got 2 turn ultimate here, so I'm actually okay. So those extra turns there really helped out, and I think bringing the characters that I did was a pretty good call as well. There we go. It does cost me all of the banners, that's quite unfortunate, but just gotta work with what I have. Alright, so let's just try and take her down here. Hopefully I can get through her quickly. Gonna do the basics now. And there we go. So he's gonna see this potentially and know that I don't have my Kylo in the back. Right, let me just quickly check the Django. 262 speed, so he's not the fastest, it's also not his lead, which I would have done in this case. I don't really know why he's running Bosk, but I guess it makes him tankier and allows him to maybe get another hit in at some point. But yeah, I'll have to use my resistance over there. I mean, actually, technically seen, I could totally use my Jedi as well. I had totally forgotten about them. I don't really need them for anything. Because normally seen in the back, he's got an Old Republic team and a... let me think, what was it again? I think like a weaker resistance team with his remaining resistance characters. So if I don't need JKR for anything else, I could have even put him on defense. Thinking about it now. So let's actually do JKR over here. And then I can direct focus Django and he won't really be any kind of problem. And then I'll just save my resistance for something else. I could definitely do Bastilla lead to try to maintain some protection banners. Prevent the risk of Django one-shotting someone. Let's go with this. Pretty odd, I hadn't even considered this. You're just so used to facing Grievous on defense that when it doesn't happen, you're just quite surprised about it. Okay, no reason to reduce turn meter here. JKR is typically nicer for the offense. Let's try and get a kill in here. There we go. And now I can spec him out. So that was a non-event. And yeah, Ambo is still going to take a turn, but there's just no way for them to burn through the bonus protection. Get some foresight to prevent any chance that they do anything on me. And if his Grievous is in the back now, then I guess I can have some fun over there. That's, I suppose, the only risk that I'm running here. But even then, I'll figure something out. Alright. And even Kira. Oh my god, he went even lighter. So he did actually change something up there. He didn't set his resistance team anymore. He went with his Kira team, which I guess his idea is that I would time out on it somehow. It's a very odd choice. Well, anyway, so went even lighter. So yeah, just gonna go against the Traya team then. Against the Geo team with Traya. I could probably try resistance, but I don't really like the expose RNG against Spy. I've had enough of that over the past days in GOTB, so I'm good. I'm all good. Let's just go with Traya, Scion, Nest to de-risk it, and then bring my Rebel dudes. Lobot and... I've actually got a Gear 10 Lando. Wonder why I ever pushed him that high. Alright. You're telling me Lobot doesn't tank that? Man. Yeah, Scion is, he's hurting a little bit, alright? Boggle could cleanse here, so maybe I'm thinking I can definitely kill Geobird Alpha, I guess. That's the hope anyway. So let's do that. Nope. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. Boggle would have definitely been a kill, but oh well. Sick damage from Lando. He actually has a... Nah, they cut me off before I could finish my sentence. I wanted to say he has a chance at surviving, but that didn't quite work out. I've got to be careful of Spy here. Because Spy can definitely crit out my nest if given the chance. So this is actually kind of dicey. This is also why I don't really like killing Geobird Alpha so early. Yeah, there we go. That's not good at all. At least he's not gonna have a spec yet, but it's coming. Ah, damn it. Yeah, just not off cooldown. Wow. Got a little bit lucky there, I think. Could have ended pretty badly. Alright, first order then, and the back zone we can figure something out. Did I get that other dinner table? Yeah, dinner guest feat. Good, there's still some undersized stuff, I obviously didn't do one now. But looking good for the rest, so let's go through first order. Got a bunch of options. I think Geos, don't really want to do that. Let's go with resistance here. I think that's going to make most sense based on what's left. Yeah. So Ray, BB-8, R2. I could probably undersize this one. Don't really need C-3PO for anything. And these guys can definitely top up the protection. So let's do that. Right. That's a good number of exposes. Pretty happy with that. Swap with... I think I want to control the pilot here. Is the only one who currently isn't. Well, I guess killing is one way of controlling. Holy moly. Get maybe a stun in on him. Although Fox kind of spreads out the most damage, but I'm actually pretty sure this is just gonna kill 2 or 3 characters. 2. I was close. So I don't need protection on anyone here. He's not exposed, is he? Let's wiggle. There we go. So other than the Geos, because of the feet and the... Ooh, interesting. And the Ray fight, it was pretty clean. Haven't really fought a whole lot of those. He has her 7 stars, that's a fair bit of whaling. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. I don't think I've seen that in his history, so he must have done this pretty recently. Over here, we'll use CLS, and then I guess First Order against the other team. But First Order against Karth is really good as well. So maybe I'll actually go with that. Yeah, let's do something different. Could probably undersize that though. I'm just gonna go with these 4. They're not really gonna... They're not really gonna max protection though, I think. So it might be a bit of a banner bleeding situation. Whereas the other team, it's really only Dengar that can, and I guess Veteran Chewie. But we'll go against these, it's not the end of the world if I lose a couple banners. Is pretty much what people probably tell me every time I'm complaining about a banner loss. Which isn't really complaining from my point of view, I'm just like trying to do better. If I have an opponent where I'm not really necessarily having much trouble, then I try to push myself to see if I can sort of maximize some stuff. Let's control and I guess do the AoE here. Again, killing is one way of controlling. Starting to feel like a motto. Yeah, I thought she might do that. Hopefully stun. Perfect. Not too happy about that last bit there. Because I might lose a banner here. No, I think it's gonna count. There we go. I can also send in geos on these. That could work as well, but I think CLS is CLS just gives me a lot more control. Let me just check the veteran Chewy. It's probably no slouch. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what I want to do. CLS Han, Chewy, C3PO maybe, and just kind of blast through them. Or Thrawn, put that hold on L3 again. Yep, let's do that. So in the beginning, I think I want to stop Dengar, because it just takes forever to get through him. That didn't really feel like I helped the situation too much there. Let's go for her. Now I'm gonna... I don't actually know if he cleanses the debuffs on him if I kill the leader. So, let's figure that out right now. It's only resistance leader probably. Yeah, I remember that there was something like that, but it's resistance leader only. Okay, no problem then. Sometimes you remember some details of kits, but you remember them slightly incorrectly. Maybe shouldn't have left L3 last with all the... Although L3 isn't countering yet. Because there is no, none of the marked Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, etc. So that's pretty helpful. So I got a bunch of 61s in the end. And then the fleet, I'm not going to hold back on it. I don't have too much experience against the Raddus. So I should definitely make use of my reinforcements. So, got my ships. That's probably enough. I think by this point, if the Raddus is still alive, it's gonna kill my capital ship anyway and cost me my reinforcements, so I might as well do it like this. Alright, a nice challenge for sure. So let's put some offense down on this one. It cleanses that. Fair enough. Put buff immunity on Bosk in this case. That's crazy turn meter gains there. Let's hit him, I guess. Yeah, maybe you should be careful with the counters there, but it was gonna go for that ship anyway. Let's focus on race scavenger. Even though Bosk has the buff immunity, if there is any chance I can take out this ship early, like that, that's what I was hoping for, then it's a major win for me, and I can save myself a lot of banners probably. Also really weird, like not used to it, to not have a capital ship against you that tries to damage you in some way. So you're not like careful and wondering what exact move they're gonna use. You're just watching them heal up, which doesn't hurt you. It's probably interesting. So the AoE doesn't really do much for me here. I'm just gonna basic. Now I feel a little more comfortable. It's definitely a very slow fleet to burn through. Let's do this one. Hopefully take out Bosk here. Nice, the buff immunity coming in. I'll spec just for the potential crit, but I guess not. And this should already kill, I think both. Because the mines are about to do their work. Okay, how much did I get? 66, I'm happy with that. Against a pretty big Raddus fleet. Yeah, I wonder what the other reinforcements were. I'll never be able to tell. Maybe it shows it. Yeah, it should show it on the website with the Grand Arena history, what else was in there. Also just good to know what kind of reinforcement order it uses and stuff like that. So 1916, not the highest score, but considering what he has to get through, I'm pretty comfortable there. We'll see what my opponent does, and I'll get back to you in the end. So my opponent has attacked, had a very elaborate offensive strategy which involved one attempt on Darth Revan, only taking down Sith Empire Trooper, and that's it. So I spent like, I don't know, like 10 minutes coming up with a strategy, or 15, whatever, to try to outsmart him, and I guess all he did was that one attack. Maybe he'll return to it and clear the rest, but that one attack is gonna cost him the banners that he would need to pull off a win. So that's the end of the round for me. If he still attacks, I can show you in the final round. But for now, a little bit of a disappointment. I thought he was going to do quite a lot of attacks on all the teams, but I guess that didn't work out for him. So I'll see you in the finals. I'll probably be up against, it's not this one, I think one of these two guys. Yeah, this one has an ultimate ray, the other one has a non-ultimate ray, though I think this one's new. I don't believe I've seen it before. So my expectation is that this one will likely end up winning because of the ultimate, but we'll see. It's all about them being more efficient than the other person on the other team, so this one does have 324k lifetime score, whereas the other one is 250, so you would imagine it's gonna be this one. So anyway, see you then. Hope your Grand Arena went well, and take care.